Tony Prendergast for Daily Xtra at TIFF 2013.
High five.
I am with noted film critic B. Ruby Rich. Ruby, what's happening?
Oh God, too many films to keep up with, really. But there are an awful lot of queer films at the festival this year, so that's sort of interesting. Not necessarily made by queer directors, but that too. You know, I think one of the biggest stories, of course, is Blue is the Warmest Color. There's a lot of controversy over the sex scenes in the film. The film's very long, as you probably know by now. It's almost 3 hours. A long sex scene is 6 minutes, one of them straight through. That's very long, but people are talking as though it's an hour-long sex scene, which is not. And I've been very amused at all the authoritative opinions on whether it's authentic and realistic lesbian sex or not. I did not know that there was such a rule book. Nobody told me when I was 17, which is the age that one of the characters is supposed to be. And I'm not so sure that 25-year-olds follow a rule book on how to do sex. And I thought that the film really perfectly captured the obsession of that kind of coming-of-age sex, the complete relentlessness and lust, and the way in which the world just recedes out of the frame, out of the picture. I mean, they're in the park for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours. Nobody ever comes by. They're in a cafe having the closest thing you can have to sex with your clothes on. And there's people at the next table, and that never intrudes. This isn't a film that's about realism. It's really about emotion. And something that nobody seems to be mentioning, it's really about class difference. And that is as much a part of the story as the sex is. That's what breaks them up, and that's partly probably what brings them together.
What are the top queer films at this year's festival, according to you?
Oh boy, that's hard. Well, I would say Stranger by the Lake is absolutely on that list. Strand is releasing it. It's a film that I've never seen before, about love and death at a gay cruising spot around a beautiful pastoral lake, and suddenly there's a serial killer on the loose. And is he killing for love or against love? It's very complicated. It's as though Antonioni decided to just stock La Ventura with full male frontal nudity, full explicit sex and killings. It's a crazy combination. It's really fascinating. So I would say Stranger by the Lake. I would say Blue is the Warmest Color. The Dog is a really interesting documentary about the actual character, the actual man behind Dog Day Afternoon. It's not entirely a successful film, but it's packed with interesting information. It's a great time machine back to the 70s. Love that about it.
They cut off a guy's dick to give him a sex change operation. That's why they made a movie about it.
You famously coined new queer cinema at the Festival of Festivals, the predecessor of the Toronto International Film Festival. If you were to coin a phrase for this year, what would it be? Would it be the year of sex?
No, yeah, that's easy. It's the new queer sex. That's what seems to be going on this year, here and also in the LGBT festivals, because I would want to add on Concussion, about which I'm sort of calling in shorthand, The Moms Are All Right. That was the film about the lesbian mother who gets hit in the head by a baseball and rediscovers her libido and inexplicably decides this means she should go to work as a call girl for women. And we end up in Belle de Jour for girls.
Well, you've heard it here first. The new queer sex might be the newest term. Thank you, B. Ruby Rich.
Thanks so much, and, you know, what can I say? Buy my book.